hold up. Hey everybody, welcome back. Week 2 of Southside Students Live for Ignition. We're so excited. Hopefully you've checked out the video that we uploaded this morning. We're starting the new series, Undefeated. So many good stories that we're going to be telling you guys throughout this series. And we're going to start off with some stories, if y'all are ready for that. We're going to start off by playing a game. Each one of us have stories in our lives that we just kind of want to share with you guys. So we're going to make a statement about our stories and then ask each other some questions about it. And here's the deal. We are going to want you to figure out which one of us is lying. So one of us up here is going to completely lie to you guys and tell a story that's not true. And what we want you to do is figure out exactly which one of us is lying. While you are doing that, we are going to put up, occasionally we'll throw up, while we're telling this, we're going to throw up the live poll. So you'll be able to send in a poll to text, okay? You can text this number, 863-267-9435. And you can text that number, and number 1, if you want to vote for me, is telling the lie. Number 2 would be Catherine's telling the lie. Number 3 would be Carson as telling the lie. And number 4 would be Brandon's telling the lie. All right? So you text that number, 863-267-9435, and you put in 1 for me, 2 for Catherine, 3 for Carson, or 4 for Brandon. As we go, you can vote as we tell the story. So, Brandon, why don't you kind of start off and give us a statement about your story, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. I shook hands with Barack Obama.
Was that before or after his president?
He was still president.
Still president.
Yeah.
Where at?
Robbins Air Force Base. My dad works there, so it was like a family event that I went to.
What year?
2012.
2012.
Yeah.
2012.
Yeah.
Robbins Air Force
So he would have been in
Base.
his second term, I think, or going into his second term.
You should know that. if you
I
shook
don't
his
know.
hand.
I was very young. I was just really excited to meet a president.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's very cool. I will say that. He's a very
Okay,
cool
so
guy, cool demeanor.
there's Brandon's story. Truth or lie? If you think it's a lie, his number is 4. So you'll text number 4 in that blank. All right. Let's go, Catherine. All right.
Okay, when I was younger, I pushed my brother off the bed, and we had to go to the emergency room because he had a hole in the back of his head, and he had to get staples. And I told my parents that he fell, and I kept this lie up for many years.
So
That was a
you're
run-on
telling us
sentence.
a story
Very
about a
run-on,
lie.
yes.
I like this. All right. Anybody got a
That was
question?
a lot of information.
It was
I
a
feel like I
lot.
don't
I
have to
know.
ask any questions.
I know.
So he got staples.
Either well-constructed lie
Yeah.
or
truth.
too much detail.
truth.
Which brother?
Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Okay, that helps.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
pushed him off the
I
bed?
pushed him because
The
we were
top
playing
bunk.
a game. No, it was a regular bed, and he won, and I was mad, so I pushed him.
What game are you playing?
I don't remember.
Hmm.
It was like we were like jumping on
Wasn't
the bed
playing.
kind of
What
thing.
does-
Yeah,
Don't-
what game do you play on a bed?
Yeah.
Jumping on the bed.
He was like 4, so I would have been like 9.
Okay.
So we were young.
And you pushed him off the bed.
All right, Carson, you want
Okay.
me to go or you want to go?
All right, I'll go. Let's see. So I helped kill what my family deemed the demon cow.
The demon. You killed the demon cow.
Yes.
I've got to ask. First question, what's a demon cow?
We called him that because he was insane and he bucked all around the property.
So
all
an
the time.
actual cow.
It was
Yes,
a cow.
a
Okay.
steer, an actual cow.
How did
yes.
you kill this
We
cow?
just called him demon cow. Well, we shot him 3 times and with a pistol, and then that didn't work. So then we shot
Not
him
the
with
livestock, George.
a 300 Magnum rifle. That didn't work.
Wow.
It eventually worked. It just took a while. But he got back up multiple times, which is not a thing that's supposed to happen with cows. We lived on a farm, so
are you
know,
claiming this cow was possessed?
well, you know, it lived through getting
don't
shot
know.
4 times.
That's a lot of detail, but I didn't even know y'all had cows.
Yeah.
How
My
many-
family did. We had a lot of cows. but we
How
ate
old
them
were
all.
you when this happened?
I shot the 300 Magnum, so I was like 11 or 12 by then, because that's a big rifle. So I wasn't
Yeah.
a kid.
While you were in middle school.
While you were in middle school,
Great.
you killed
Yeah.
the demon cow.
Yeah.
Catherine,
But
any
we ate
questions?
it.
Any questions
No,
from
I
this
have
for this
no
story?
questions.
We ate it, so it's not like we
You
just
ate
did
the
it.
demon cow?
Demon
no.
cow.
I actually-
Demon steak.
Huh. No, our family didn't because we were like, we don't want none of that. The friend did.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Too
So
much.
somebody must have made a
I really
pretty
hope that's
good
true.
comment back there. All right, so it's my turn, right? I got to follow up Demon Cow. Okay, so my story would involve me having a conflict with the law
Oh.
that cost me 6 months of probation.
Okay. What was the conflict?
I was jet skiing
Uh-huh.
in Tybee Island
Okay.
because, you know, they got the ocean there at Tybee Island. And
Didn't know
so
that.
I went jet skiing at Tybee Island. I was jet skiing back and forth and pulled up to the beach and had some fun. And then I looked onto the beach and saw these four-wheelers that were police four-wheelers
Were
coming.
the lights on?
The lights were
Okay.
on. It was pretty unique, kind of cool. And so I met them at this point on the beach, and so they told me that I was illegal.
You were like illegally parked?
And gave me a illegal that I was not supposed to have a motorized vessel in that area of the beach.
Oh.
So
So they gave you 6 months probation for that.
yes, they gave me
Okay.
6. I had to take it to court. I took it to court, and so the judge.
What was the judge's name?
I don't remember. He was a lawyer. He
Who would
wasn't. He
remember
wasn't
that?
the normal judge. He was subbing for the normal judge.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and he was a lawyer there, and he he decided to give me actually $1,000 fine and 6 months probation.
Wow.
So
Okay, so there was a lot of detail in that.
There was some
Offer
detail.
one question, but it was almost too much detail.
I don't
You know what
know.
I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it was,
like he.
like it was thought
preconceived,
out. Like
yeah.
it wasn't like just like a
Yep.
this is something that happened in my life. It was a let me tell you.
Jim's a
this
planner.
elaborate lie. Yeah, he's a planner.
all right, so we're gonna throw up on the screen one more time, okay, and we can put it up there. The polls. Okay, so here's what we have going on right now. We have all communicated our story to you guys. One of us is lying about it. And Brandon, according to this right here, your bar is further along. So it looks like most people have been voting for you.
Which blows me away.
You know, but there's still a lot of time to vote. You notice that everybody has some type of vote there. So there you go. Brandon, you're at 40%.
Hey.
And Carson,
That's not even
20.
close.
So if
You're
it
doubling our
starts
score.
changing, y'all keep
gonna be
voting
wrong,
on this.
so-
Which one of us told a lie about our story? And
Oh.
man, Catherine and Carson both just jumped up.
Oh wow.
And
I was a little
so-
worried about the whole. Was it a bunk bed? Was it not a bunk bed? I've never heard of somebody falling off a bed and getting staples that's like this high off the ground.
That's true.
So
Hit it? Okay.
all right.
That was guilt right there.
Well, here's the deal. Y'all keep voting on that. We'll come back right after we talk about the lesson this morning, and we'll reveal those votes. But one thing, while we're talking, if you place a comment on our YouTube page today, place a comment, put your name and your grade. You must be in middle school, so your name and your grade in the comment. We will add you to a random selection at the end of this video, and we're going to give away 2 Chick-fil-A gift cards, all right? And so that will be at the end of this. But all you have to do is comment with your name and then put your grade. And then we will put you in a random selection generator, and we will draw 2 gift cards on that. All right? Now, we started a new series this morning, Undefeated.
Yeah.
Robbie spoke the message, gave that to us. Hopefully everybody's
awesome.
had a chance to check that out. And so with this series, this is actually our Easter series, so week 3 will be Easter. And it looks like we'll be doing it just like this.
Awesome.
So that will be okay. We will do that as it comes. But Undefeated and his overall bottom line this morning was because of Jesus, separation is defeated. I did have a little bit of problem with what he said, or at least his intro. You know, it
What?
looked like that he busted on us Georgia fans
He
a little
did.
bit. He said he threw in the 1980s. He sounded like a Bama fan
Was
when
he
he
even
said
alive
that.
in the
I mean,
80s?
truthfully.
I didn't even know Robbie was a football fan.
He's not.
So,
Just-
but
Likes to hate.
yeah, but he definitely enjoys some video games.
Yeah.
One specifically where he gets to kill a bunch of people at one time
I never got the nuke. I played that game as a
with
kid.
a nuke.
Yeah.
And so, which was
Robbie's
after
gotten a
25 kills. And but yeah,
Robbie, you play too much.
he doesn't play that much anymore. But
Makes sense. He has 2 kids.
But that definitely at that point, Call of Duty was big time. Let's get into some discussion here about some of the things. So, what's one thing you'd love to be undefeated at? And we'll discuss it among us. And I want you guys to be thinking about it as well at home. What is one thing you would love to be undefeated at?
Can I go first?
Yeah.
Mine would be fantasy football.
It would be because you've never won.
Thank you, Carson. I was about to tell the story. Thank you.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
just letting them know in
I've
case
been
you
the
didn't.
league. I've been the league.
Hey, I've
manager.
won. You've won.
I've
Yeah.
won.
We're all
right.
in the same league.
Tucker's won.
Tucker's won.
Tucker's
Twice?
Okay, twice. Tucker's
Yeah.
won twice.
It's annoying. Tucker came and
Yeah,
got
took
lucky
over.
Okay,
twice.
it's my turn to talk right now.
Sorry,
I'm
we're
the league
passionate.
manager. I'm the league manager, and
Which means nothing.
I set the rules, and I've been a little bit like I would draft a lot of Philadelphia Eagles players, but I went away from that this year, and I made the playoffs but didn't go very far. I've never won a fantasy football league, and I've been playing for like 10 years, so I would love to be undefeated in fantasy football.
Catherine, you got anything?
I don't think there's anything specifically I like to be undefeated at. I just like to beat like my brother and my dad. If I can beat them, like I feel like on top of the world.
Well,
like,
if
I
you're-
just
if you're-
accomplished so
family
much.
thing.
If your story was true, we can tell that. If it was
Carson,
true.
you got anything?
Playing sports at CFCA, we lost a lot, and so if we could be undefeated in soccer, that would have been great
Yeah.
because we lost. Well, actually, we made it to the playoffs one year. Then we got creamed by some school way bigger than us.
I'm going to say everything. I'm so competitive.
Be
I
undefeated.
want to
I can-
win all the time, every time.
I can see
and,
that.
so that's going to be my answer. All right. So let's. What's one way that you're close to someone? He talked about this morning the tabernacle and the separation from God. So what is one way when you have that you are close to someone, like the opposite of that? Like what makes you what creates a close relationship?
I mean, I think the way you talk to somebody, because you obviously don't go to somebody and like tell them what you're going through or like what your struggles are to somebody that you don't feel comfortable with. So I think it's like the relationship you share with somebody and like the open heartedness you have like in a conversation with someone.
Okay.
For me, a little less serious than that. If I am willing to talk, like have an extended phone conversation with somebody, like talk on the phone for a while, then I would say I'm close with them. Because I like to talk on the phone, but not with random people. So if I'm talking on the phone with somebody for like an hour, let's say that, then I'm pretty close with them.
Okay. I could see that from you.
Yeah.
By the way. For being a person who doesn't like to talk on the phone, you like to call me and talk on
Exactly.
the phone.
And it
I'm
only
like,
lasts about 15
okay.
minutes.
Yep.
So he kind of likes you because
Yeah.
he'll talk to you, but not
No,
long.
No,
that's
he
right.
says I
I'm the
gotta
one that
go.
doesn't like to talk on
Yeah.
the phone.
Oh,
So it's kind of hard for Brandon to
When
always
Jim
feel close
calls
to
me, I'm like, Jim's
because
calling me. This is a
it's-
big deal.
yeah, that's right.
Hope everything's okay.
So, Carson, I'm kind of go to a little bit different question for you. Do
Okay.
you think it's a bad thing to be separated from God? Kind of why or why not?
Man, that's a harder question. Than
I told you.
I mean, I guess the obvious answer would be yes, but like what makes it difficult? I think that in my life I've seen whenever you're separated from God, temptation's way higher because it's way easier to give in to stuff that if your relationship with God was better and you actually spent some time with Him, things would not be so difficult to give into, right? You can, withstand it. That's probably been the biggest thing for me. I
Yeah.
can notice either whenever I'm going through hard stuff, if I'm going through something really hard and my relationship with God isn't great, then my whole outlook on life isn't great either because I'm just, bummed out. Woe is me. Those are the two things that come to my head.
All right. And Catherine can kind of change up the question. What's one reason you think a middle schooler might feel separated from God? Like what's some things out there to where middle schoolers might actually feel that separation? Like how what's something?
Obviously, like isolation. Like I feel like for me, like people like lift me up so much, and like I can do my like Bible study with other people, and I can share what like I've read today. So I feel like something like even right now, like not being around people, I feel like that can definitely pull you away from God. Just not having that small group or like people to like kind of keep on lifting you up.
Okay, Brandon, you want to?
Yeah, can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
What's
I'm that kid
how
in the
might a
small
middle
group.
schooler feel separated from God? Like how might a middle schooler?
I think
be?
right now it's it's really easy being isolated to be tempted by things, have temptation, and having isolation that can steer you in a direction that you don't want to go and can make you feel separate from God, because temptation makes us feel separate from God. So right now more than ever, I think a lot of us can feel separate from God, but I think for a middle schooler, like the time is now more than ever is to lean on God in the sense of like being isolating, being alone. It's a great time to work on your relationship with God because there's not a lot of outside distractions.
Okay, and Carson kind of bring this idea separation from God. Why is that an overall problem? And what has been the answer to it? Just basically repeat kind of some of the stuff that Robbie mentioned in his message.
Well, in terms of, I guess, the Bible story, separation from God is one of the distinguishing factors of hell, right? That's one of the big things. Not having a relationship with God, some would say, is worse than all the other physical pain in hell, and that's what Jesus came to fix, right?
And he was the answer ultimately. He
Right.
bridged that gap, paid the penalty for sin, which we'll talk about next week. And but yeah, he made the way for that separation to not exist.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it's all about because of Jesus Christ, and that's what we want everybody to understand. And they're in the series. It's all about Jesus, and that's everything that we are all about. So. Our verses this morning, Matthew 27:51, and 1 Peter 2:24. We want to check those out, and just think about what it means to truly be separated from God, and then how Jesus actually came in and took care of that.
Yeah.
And so our bottom line, because of Jesus, separation is defeated. All right, so we're going to wrap things up here. First thing we need to do, let's check out the polls one more time. What did y'all end up going with? I cannot
Brandon,
see there.
I think.
I think the orange line is definitely longer. I just can't see the numbers on it. And, Brandon's at 33%, or 33, yeah, 30.
25. Yeah.
Me and Carson at
Wow.
25.
Brandon's a liar.
And Catherine, you came in last at 17%.
I ain't telling
That's
the
because
truth.
they
That's
can believe
right,
that
man.
happening.
It's
Nice.
definitely true.
Well, online, everybody at home, everyone at home, you got it right. Brandon was telling a lie.
I'm a liar.
Have you ever met any president, Brandon?
I made eye contact with George W. Bush one time. I went to one of his rallies.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hey,
Service
so
guy.
if
Bush,
Mr. President
Man.
Obama can hear this, I would love to meet you someday.
Did you
You're
ever
really cool
met
dude.
anyone famous?
Have I ever met anyone famous?
Yeah.
No, not really.
Okay,
When
cool.
I see
All
famous
right.
people, I kind of like go away from
We're
them.
way over time, so
Yeah.
we need
Okay.
to wrap this up.
All
But
right.
we're gonna do it with giveaways. All right. So we're gonna give away 2 Chick-fil-A $10 gift cards. We have the thing. There you go. You see it right there. Let's go ahead and scroll and let's see who wins the first. This is by random.
Someone type those names in really fast.
Yes, Lauren Clark.
Yeah.
Lauren Clark.
Congratulations, Lauren.
You have won a $10 Chick-fil-A gift card. And now we're going to get ready. Let's try that again. All right, here's the second one. Second gift card
My
to give
eyes are
away
terrible.
is Braden Emery.
Wow.
Braden Emery.
Yeah.
The gift card. So
incredible.
Lauren Clark, Braden Emery will send the gift card code to you
Wow.
guys. We have your information, and we will get that to you following this feed. Thanks so much for checking it out this week. We will see you guys right here next week.
Peace
See ya.
out.